The way that you play Counter-Strike should constantly be evolving and changing depending on what is going on inside of the round. Today, I'm going to teach you how to be active, how to adapt your playstyle when you are on low HP, because so many of us are not playing properly. We're way too static and we don't think about the game on a next level. I'm excited to work with you today, help you understand what you need to do. Hit the subscribe button and let's go ahead and get right into it. The biggest mistake that players are making when it comes to this concept is they are on low HP and they're still looking for duels. They're still looking for fights. Guys, if you're the 1 HP player and one bullet is going to kill you, stop putting yourself in the open. Your goal should be to do a few things that we're going to talk about through this video. The first thing is playing for info. One of the most genius ways that I've seen this was actually in this major. It was on Namiga, that team. One of the players, they were on low HP and they decided to then just spot right here on pistol round. He got gushed with a Glock, and instead of forcing anything, he literally just sat here. And what is he doing? He's looking at upper. So his whole job was just to look to see if anybody comes and fights up here. No Glock, nobody's even gonna see that angle and understand that somebody's there. And I just thought that this was so cool, because how frustrating would that be if you were about to try to like sneak through upper, do something, and there's just a guy with his knife out on this train. Now, when he eventually did take contact, all he did was come back here and then get ready to play retake with his team. He just sat here, let his team come in because now they have the info, and they ended up winning the round because of this intelligent play. I saw them doing this throughout the entire match. I saw players that, you know, would be on like 50 health or less, just sitting here and spotting like this, boom. And it's just so genius because it gives you that info. You still have value for your team without shooting, because so many of us just think the only value we can give for our team is by shooting. That's not true, guys. Playing for info like this is absolutely incredible, and it's going to help your team out so much by doing this. I'm going to teach you so many more ways to play like this, but first I have to give you a message about how to get the juiciest looking Counter-Strike 2 skins possible.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
Now, on a simpler level, for those of you that are like below face level 10, an easier way to do this is actually by just playing headshot level. I don't care what map you're playing, a go-to when you're on low HP is always just playing on headshot positions. If I'm here on train, maybe I'm gonna play more something like this. And yes, I'm not 100% headshot angle. They could shoot my part of my chest right here and then my neck, of course. But we're just trying to get something in between us to soak up damage. You know, you could do this on lower pretty easy. Lower has so many grimy angles and places you can play. I mean, you could crouch right here. You could crouch and hold upper from this position, and pretty much only your head is showing. You know, even if like it's pretty bad, you could put like objects in front of you like this that aren't going to completely cover all of you, but it's just going to give you a better chance to make your opponent miss. Maybe they shoot through one of these objects, right? Maybe they shoot through the train here. You're on 11 health and it does 9 damage. Well, congrats, you just gave yourself a way to take more than one shot when you're on low HP. That is our goal. That's our objective. Make ourselves as hard as possible to hit. And constantly you'll see good players are always doing this in order to maximize the amount of life they have left in them. Even stuff like this. This is a great angle on low HP, which brings me into another way that we can play. Guys, if you're on low HP, stop going up close range. If I'm 1 HP, I'm not going to be holding upper from right here. Going back to our first example, that's why this is also really good, is because it's a super long range angle. Maybe you don't want to play for info though, and you actually want to play for kills. Okay, cool. Well then, you know, maybe I would sit all the way back here and just jiggle maybe off of a timing or something. Again, we're trying to trick our opponent. We're not trying to hold necessarily. Maybe we're just doing it off of a timing here. We catch them clearing something else and we have the surprise. The thing is, just think about it logically. When you're close range in an angle, more of your body is, you know, up close on their screen, so it's easier for them to hit you once, versus if they're taking a super long range fight, you're a much smaller target. So yes, of course they can still kill you, obviously, right? But it's going to be a much more difficult shot and you're just making them work for it more. That is the thing that people don't realize. I've scrimmed against so many tier 1 teams, countless tier 2 teams, and they are so good at recognizing these things, and they make you work for everything. We still might kill the guy, but he's going to make it 30 seconds, 40 seconds longer than if, you know, I'm playing a tier 3, tier 4 team and they just give you the kill because they're impatient or they're, you know, they don't necessarily know what they're doing. So these type of concepts really do matter, and it's why the pros are so good. People are like, no, the pros just have good aim, they're insane. Well, yes, of course that's true. Dude, there's some tier 1 pros, tier 2 pros that I played that are honestly not even that mechanically good. And they just are so hard to kill. A lot of the IGLs out there, the IGLs aren't necessarily always good shooters. They are just genius. They're so smart. They're so intelligent with what they're doing. And one intelligent way they use themselves on 1 HP is they'll go for info pushes with a teammate. They say, look, I'm on 20 health here. Yo, buddy, come walk Ivy with me and let's get this space. So they're out here just expecting to die, but they're getting this info. Oh, guys, nothing's Ivy. Boom. So we use this low HP guy as a probe in order to see if the space we're trying to take is open or not. Say somebody was here holding. Well, his teammate's right behind the low HP guy. Now he has the info, and it's like, okay, I'm playing with cheats now because boom, I'm going to pre-fire the guy that's shooting my teammate. That is what you constantly see in the professional scene when someone's on low HP. All the time, guys, all the time. You'll see them like double flash into T-Con here. The low HP guy goes in first. The high HP guy comes here to trade. And it's just honestly the way you should be playing CS, the way you should be looking at it. The biggest mistake when I'm coaching players, and you can fill out the form down below if you want coached, is or when I'm playing with players in my Faceit hub, my Faceit club, guys, you're giving your life away too easy. You're on low HP and you're deciding you're still going to come up here and get info for your team. Well, you die, you get that info, and it's like, okay, but for what? Like, you were 1 HP, we might have even had an advantage. Maybe we have a 5v4 and you're gone. I actually even see this in the pro scene a little bit when people overheat. Maybe they swing upper early and they get like a 2k. Boom, they get a 2k. They're on like 20, 30 health, and they could just get out and take their advantage. But sometimes they even overheat. They try to go for more and then they die. And then you see them be like, oh, dude, what was I thinking? This is a common mistake that, you know, even pros will be making sometimes. And like I said, when I'm playing Faceit club matches with all my community, and that could be one of you guys, I see it every single day. And it's something that we need to radically change when it comes to our perspective. The most simple way as well, guys, is Bogdans Law. If you've heard of Bogdans Law, it's when you have an opper on your team that's on full HP and a rifler is now on 1 HP. If you switch, I drop the rifle, I'm on 1 HP. He gives me the op now. Now I can have a better chance to, because like if I'm posted here, boom, I just 1 click and they die. Versus if I had a rifle, I've got to shoot them multiple times to kill them. So Bogdans Law makes sense to give the op to the low HP player because it gives them a better chance to get a kill, while your high HP player still has a pretty even fight in most situations, right? So Bogdans Law can be really useful in that way. It can be very beneficial. Also, it kind of gives the opper a change of pace. He now maybe puts himself in a unique position, frees him up in that way. So Bogdans Law can be pretty solid as well. You should never do it, by the way, if like the low HP player has a deagle and the opper has full HP. Don't give the opper a deagle then and the low HP guy's an op. No, like keep the deagle then and just play for your team. Only do Bogdans Law when you have a AK or an M4 to give to that person, because then it's just useless. You're handicapping the guy with full HP to give him a pistol. So that's the only time it really makes sense. Hopefully you learned something from this video. A lot of these mistakes are very common. Like I said, I will reiterate it. Join that Faceit club down below. I'd love to play with you, love to get you in there. I'm actually gaming with people that do, and every single day I'm playing with multiple dozens of new players, and it's awesome. So if not, join my Discord. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, check out all the good shorts I'm posting as well, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.